relationship to the environment. The plant environment encompasses all external factors, including a plant's growth, development, and utilization. It comprises biological factors, that is climate and soil, and aerial factors, which are the climatic factors. Climate plays a pivotal role in determining natural vegetation and agricultural possibilities. Climatic factors. Temperature exhibits spatial and temporal variations influenced by insolation. Seasonal and general temperature fluctuations are common. Altitude is crucial in spatial temperature variation, especially in tropical and subtropical regions. And then cardinal growth temperatures. For each plant species and varieties, three cardinal growth temperatures are crucial. We have the minimum temperature, maximum, and optimum. The minimum temperature or base temperature, abbreviated as TB, marks the threshold below which plant growth ceases. Below this minimum temperature for each plant growth ceases. And then conversely, the maximum temperature, or in brackets, critical temperature, abbreviated as TC, denotes the point beyond which growth ceases due to enzyme denaturation. Yeah. At this maximum temperature is the highest temperature at which growth stops or growth ceases due to what? Enzymes denaturation. And then optimum temperature, TO, signifies the range at which maximum growth occurs. Usually a temperature range rather than a specific temperature. Yeah, this optimum temperature, it's mostly the range at which what growth usually occurs. A crop temperature requirement. Crop plants are categorized based on temperature requirements. We have the cool season crops, e.g. the wheat, oat of temperature origin, the warm season crops, sorghum, cotton of tropical or subtropical origin. We have the frost sensitivity. Frost sensitivity is crucial in crop production, particularly for tropical origin crops. Regions experiencing frost limits cropping calendars for frost sensitive crops, frost 3 days of the year. And then growing degree days, development threshold. Growing degree days estimate plant growth and development during the growing season. Development occurs when temperature exceeds a minimum developmental threshold for base temperature. Each organism has experimentally determined base temperatures. The cardinal temperatures for germination in selected field crops. For sorghum, for, for sorghum, sorry, the minimum temperature, that is TB, is 1 degree Celsius. The optimum is around 36. And then the critical temperature beyond which growth ceases is around 45. For palm millet, that's groundnut and crop chickpea. And then precipitation. Importance of precipitation. Precipitation is a critical climate factor significantly affecting the distribution and production of plants, particularly in regions with similar temperature conditions. It serves as the primary source of water for crop growth, for crop plants, particularly in rain-fed agriculture. Water requirements and variability. Despite being mesophytes, crop plants have varying water requirements. For instance, cereals generally need less water per unit dry matter produced compared to legumes. Still under precipitation, categorization of crop regions by rainfall. Crop regions can be categorized into 5 main groups based on annual rainfall. We have the arid regions. are less than 250 millimeters per annum, and then semi-arid between 250 to 500 millimeters per annum. And then we have the subhumid between 500 to 1000. And we have the humid between 1,000 to 150,000 to 1,500 millimeters per annum. And then we have the wet or more than wet, or the wet, sorry, which is more than 1,500 millimeters, sorry, rain per annum. And there are importance of rainfall distribution. Uh, Importance of rainfall distribution. While annual rainfall is essential, its distribution throughout the year plays a crucial role in crop production. Different crops have varying critical periods for water requirements. For grain crops, moisture is most crucial during the flowering period, whereas for forage crops, essential water needs occur during early growth stages. Effectiveness of rainfall. Rainfall's effectiveness in crop production depends on factors such as one, rainfall distribution, two, seasonal and annual evaporation, and evapotranspiration losses in areas with marginal rainfall and high evaporation rates. Moisture conservation is particularly important. And next is the importance of light in crop production. Role of light in crop development. Light originating from the sun plays a pivotal role in the development of crop plants. It impacts crop plants in several ways. One, in structural development, light influences the structural development of crop plants by affecting seed germination and stem elongation. For instance, most grasses require light for seed germination, and stem elongation is greater in the absence of light, leading to increase above ground or growth at night. Food production, photosynthesis, the process by which green plants manufacture food, relies on light energy. Chlorophyll found in leaves capture radiation for photosynthesis. Seed production, day length of photoperiod affects flowering, fruiting, and seed production in many plants. Photoperiodism and its characteristics and its categories, sorry. Photoperiodism refers to the response of plants to the variation in day length. Plants fall into three main characteristics based on their photoperiodic response. Yes, after light, the next factor is the photoperiodism, which refers to the response of plants to the variation in day length. We have the three main categories. One is long day plants. These require long days and short nights for floral initiation, and their vegetative growth increases when days are short. Long day plants like wheat, oats, chickpea, lentil, barley, and cassava respond to changes in day length known as the critical day length. And then they obligate flower only with exposure to more than the critical day length. And then the facultative flowering is enhanced with exposure to days longer than the critical day length. And then the short day plants. And the response to day length. Short day plants are those that respond to changes in day length by flowering and producing seeds when exposed to days shorter than the critical day length. Examples of short day plants include the maize, the soybeans, and sorghum. And then the categories of short day plants. Short day plants can be divided into two categories. We have the oblique. These plants will only flower when exposed to less than the critical day length. And we have the facultative. Exposure to days longer than the critical day length enhances their flowering. And then the day neutral plants. Day neutral plants are indifferent or insensitive to day length variation. An example of a day neutral crop plant is cotton. Some plants can also be classified as short day plants. requiring exposure to both short and long days, alternatively for flora initiation. These day neutral plants are then not affected by the length of the day variations. Floration can occur, vegetative growth can occur, just as the length of day variation doesn't affect its growth. And then we have the effect of wind on plant growth. Importance of wind. Wind is considered less influential in affecting the distribution of crop plants compared to other climatic factors such as temperature, radiation, and precipitation. Nevertheless, wind can have both negative and beneficial effects on crop productivity. Negative effects include increased evapotranspiration, disease organism distribution, weed seed dispersal, and logging of plants. Beneficial effects include carrying moisture and spreading pollen in maize fields. And then effect of soil factor on crop growth. A soil is a natural plant growth medium consisting of unconsolidated mineral and organic material on the earth's surface. Soil properties result from the interaction of climate, living organisms, and parent material over time. Components of soil factors. Soil factors encompasses three main components. Soil chemical factors, including the pH, uh, cation exchange capacity, and nutrient content. And soil physical factors such as structure, texture, color, porosity, slope, and depth. Soil biological factors involve microorganisms. We have the rhizobial bacteria for nitrogen fixation, fungi for organic matter decomposition, mycorrhiza facilitating nutrient availability and organic matter content. Alright, soil importance. Soil plays a vital role in plant growth by supplying water, air, nutrients, mechanical support for roots, and heat for chemical reaction. Soil types. There are two major soil types. These are inorganic or mineral soils and then organic soils. Organic soils contain 20% organic matter by weight and are typically found in swamps and marshes. Mineral soil components. Mineral soils, low in organic matter. These mineral soils are low in organic matter, let's say around 1 to 10% by weight, and consist of four major components. And we have one, the mineral materials, we have the organic matter, we have water around 20 to 30%, and air around 20 to 30%. And then soil texture. Soil texture refers to the relative proportion of different soil size, particles, sand, silt, and clay in the fine uh, fraction of soil. Practical characteristics. We have sand soil are visible to the naked eye, feels coarse and gritty when wrapped, still feels smooth when moist, retains imprints when dry, and then we have the clay, its finest particles, feels smooth and powdery when dry, becomes plastic and sticky when wet, and forms a long ribbon when extruded. And then effects of soil texture on soil properties. Water infiltration and leaching. Sandy soils allow water to infiltrate more quickly and move freely, increasing the potential for leaching of mobile nutrients compared to fine texture soils. These soils hold less water and fewer nutrients. And then warming capacity. Sandy soil warm faster due to their low water holding capacity and higher air content. Until it, sandy and loamy soils are easier to till than clay soils, which tend to be denser. And then fine textured soils. Fine textured soils hold more water and nutrients, requiring less frequent application of water, lime, and fertilizers. However, soils high in clay content may have less available water than loamy soils and can be more challenging to work with under specific moisture conditions. And soil structure. Soil structure refers to arrangement of soil particles into plates or aggregates, which are individual units of soil. Effects of soil properties. Soil structure influences pore space size and distribution, affecting air and water movement. Well-developed structure facilitates air and water movement and encourages extensive root development. Granular soil structure, common in surface soils, allows rapid water entry. Yeah, soil structure also plays a very big role in plant growth. And then soil reaction or pH. Soil reaction, indicated by soil pH, measures the degree of soil acidity or basicity based on hydrogen ions concentration in this soil solution. Effects of pH changes. Changes in soil pH influence crop productivity by altering nutrient availability, increasing toxicity of certain ions like aluminium and manganese, reducing soil microbe activity, and impacting organic matter decomposition. And next is topography. Topography refers to the physical land surface configuration, including hills, valleys, and rivers, affecting soil moisture, temperature, drainage, and erosion. Impact on crop production. Topography plays a crucial role in crop production, influencing factors like suitability for paddy rice, mechanization possibilities, erosion severity, and the need for terracing and contour plowing. Yeah, topography, landscape. Yeah, just the physical land surface or physical landscape configuration, whether it's a hilly area, valley, river, and all that. Well, it also affects the it has impact on crop production because you will know what plant to plant, like to grow in a specific region, like maybe in a hilly region, in a valley, and all that, or in a swampy region. And then economic factors, they also influence crop growth. Economic factors such as resource availability, input costs, transport expenses, and market dynamics indirectly influence crop management decisions, impacting crop selection, planting time, and cultivation practices. Yeah, the amount of money, of course, you have, the amount of these products in the market. Yeah, how much you have to invest in, and how much you have after your things are ready to transport your supplies from the garden to the market and all that. It also plays a very big role in crop production. And then the environment and crop distribution, environmental influence, the environment significantly influences the distribution of crop plants, with crops being profitable only when adapted to their growing region. The environmental factors include climate, soil conditions. Yeah, the environment generally, of course, in the environment, we're going to look at the climate that we talked about, the soil conditions that we talked about, and the topography that we talked about earlier on. The environment generally plays a big role in crop production. Thank you so much. That's all about the first lecture. We can go to the second one.